When we look up at the night sky, is there something hidden in that endless space? The three heavens are not just distant lands from the Bible, but places that hold ancient secrets, things the human mind can barely comprehend. The first heaven is what we can see with the naked eye. But the second heaven, where light and darkness clash, is that where Lucifer first rebelled? Why did his fall plunge all humanity into an endless war? Lucifer, the brightest angel, lost his light due to ambition. Why would a being created from light and love choose such a dark path? What led him to turn against the Creator? When Lucifer fell, the three heavens trembled. Can the rift in the sacred space be mended? Or has the path of the fallen forever altered the nature of angels and humanity? What do you think of this fall? Was it an unforgivable betrayal or a liberation from oppression? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's discuss. When the sun sets, the soft light pierces through the clouds, not just illuminating the sky, but whispering to every creature below. Can you feel it? There is a peace that spreads as if the entire world pauses to gaze at something greater, beyond our understanding. Birds fly high, but is it just survival instinct? Or do they know more than we do about the secrets the sky keeps? The gentle breezes whisper like lullabies of the earth, inviting us to listen to sounds only the heart can understand. Looking up at the sky, we don't just see white clouds or blue sky. We see another world, a gateway to wondrous things yet to be revealed. Every morning, dawn brings new hope. But is it just a natural cycle, or is it a sign of an invisible hand guiding everything? Sometimes you might wonder, are we missing something? Something that's always been there, within sight, but we've never truly paid attention to? In that moment, a thought flashes by. Could there be something waiting on the other side of the sky? A truth we aren't ready to face yet. Our existence is small, but perhaps it is in that smallness that we can sense the vastness and mystery of heaven. Every bird knows its way home, but what about us? Do we know where we are heading in this vast world? Have you ever felt like a leaf swept along by the wind, unsure of direction, just accepting the movement of the universe? But maybe, in that very uncertainty, we will find the way. A path that leads us back to the depths of our true self. Peace isn't complete silence, but the balance between what we see and what we feel inside. The first heaven is present in the smallest things, the moments we often overlook. But only when you're still, you'll see it. Are you seeing heaven every day without realizing it? Or are you only glimpsing a small part of the grand picture of life? So what do you think? Will you dare to look deeper, not just with your eyes, but with your heart, to find heaven where you stand? The sky stretches out before us, vast and infinite. The stars twinkle like the eyes of gods, illuminating ancient mysteries. A sense of loneliness pervades, but somewhere in this space, there are whispers of hope. Satan, no longer the angelic light, stands still in the darkness. Here, amidst the rotating planets, he feels forgotten, but his hatred does not allow this rejection to be permanent. The cold winds of space gently brush past him, reminding him of what was lost. His desire for more power grows, but the more he seeks, the more lost he becomes. Angels from afar watch in silence, but with understanding. They are not moved, but neither do they abandon him completely. For even the fall is part of a greater plan. The sun and moon are silent witnesses. They gaze at Satan with quiet eyes, as if waiting for a dreadful event, an inevitable outcome. His heart is heavy like stone, but deep inside, there's a flame that never goes out. A flame of rebellion, of craving for power, and rejection of light. In the silent space, the planets continue to spin. But for him, time seems frozen. This moment isn't forever, but it stretches on like a curse. The universe is a stage of grandeur, but for him, it is merely a place of exile. A place where he seeks to overcome judgment, but each step forward is another step toward doom. The immortality of the stars raises a question in his mind. Is his existence merely to fight against the unchangeable? To forever resist? Beyond the planets, the light of the first heaven still shines, but for him, it is only a faint dream. A dream lost since he chose a different path. The second heaven is a battleground between light and darkness, where there is no real victory, only an endless struggle. He looks up at the stars, and for a moment, he wonders, was his fall predestined from the beginning? Or did he create this fate for himself? But no answers come to him, only silence. Silence of the universe, the planets, and his own mind. He sighs. The second heaven is not his final destination, but it is where he will wait. Wait for the final fall, where darkness swallows everything. In that moment, he recalls the feeling of light touching his skin for the last time. A distant feeling, as if belonging to another era, another person. The question for you is, will you choose to follow the light, or will you be drawn into your own darkness? Sometimes, the answer lies deep within your soul. The first step into the third heaven, your heart trembles at the purity that fills the space. The glittering lights don't come from the sun, but from the eternal presence of God. With each step, you not only feel the light, but also sense an invisible power, as if every grain of dust carries with it holiness. Here, there's no longer a sense of time, no more human limitations. You stand before a vast universe, but you do not feel small, for your soul is filled with the love of the Almighty. Invisible whispers rift through the air, as if God is whispering eternal secrets into your ear, things that cannot be explained with words. But there is something strange. No words can describe the beauty of this place. Whatever you see, whatever you feel, far exceeds the limits of imagination. The scenery here is not green mountains or deep oceans, but the presence of supreme power, filling every corner of space and your heart. You stand in this space, but every feeling of anxiety, regret, and pain disappears. There is no more fear, only absolute peace, as if every burden of life has been lifted. Your eyes open, not just to see, but to deeply feel the immense glory, where light is not just light, but life, truth, and reality. Suddenly, you realize you are small, but you do not feel weak. For in that smallness, you are part of an immortal holiness. Each step, each breath, is a song of praise to God, not with sound, but with the rhythm of your heart, intertwined with the rhythm of the universe. And when you listen, it is not sound that you hear, but silence. Silence so deep that even a falling tear reflects eternity. God is here, but not as an image, not as a voice. He is present in everything, in every feeling, and in your very breath. This is a place where all joy and all pain dissolve into the light of infinite glory. But is this purity truly where you want to stay forever? Or is there something in another world you are not ready to let go of? You stand on the boundary between two worlds, where your decision not only affects yourself, but all those you have ever loved. So if faced with a choice, will you stay here in eternal peace, or return to a life full of turmoil? The decision is yours, but think carefully, for this choice can change everything. Lucifer, from pure light, I stepped out of the flames of glory, but my eyes were blinded by power. In that very moment, pride tightened around my neck like a noose, pulling me down into the dark abyss. God, Lucifer, you stood at the pinnacle, holding my light and love, but you desired to become all-powerful. You chose betrayal. Lucifer, your crown wasn't enough for me. You gave me power, but then limited me within your own authority. Why can't I be the one to hold the supreme throne? God, you've lost yourself in the delusion of power. Not only have you lost your clarity, but also my love. You will be cast out of the third heaven. Archangel Michael, Lucifer, you were once eternal light, but now you are only darkness. Look at the ruin in your eyes. Pride has destroyed what was most precious. Lucifer, defiant, I do not bow to a fate already determined. You may cast me out of this place, but my will shall never be broken. God calmly, don't you understand, Lucifer? Power does not only lie in authority, but in humility. Yet you chose the path of suffering. Lucifer, if humility is your key, then I will embrace pride. Let's see who will win this war. Archangel Michael, you no longer belong here, Lucifer. Your fall is irreversible. You will be cast out of the second heaven. Lucifer, angrily, how dare you? A being who was once the most powerful angel is now cast aside like a criminal? I will repay this humiliation with my fury. Archangel Michael, coldly, it wasn't us who abandoned you, Lucifer. It was you who forsook the light. You will be cast down to earth. Lucifer, earth? I will turn that place into a battleground of rebellion. Do you think casting me out will extinguish the fire within me? Archangel Michael, earth is not your kingdom, Lucifer. You will only find ruin and loneliness. But you still have one last choice. Lucifer, sneering. Choice? I've gone too far. My only choice now is to build a new kingdom where none of you can reach. God, final words. You have created your own war, Lucifer. And this war will have no victor, only loss and destruction. You will have to face the consequences of your choice. When the gate to the second heaven opens, there is no more peace. Blinding light mixes with darkness, and an endless battle between good and evil begins. The angels of God, with their pure white wings, face the fallen ones of Satan, their eyes ablaze with hatred. Angel's voice whispered, "Can the power of forgiveness be enough to drive away this darkness? All we have left is faith as our only weapon." Fallen angel, you deceive yourselves with salvation. We have seen the light of freedom. You will soon understand. The tension is like a storm ready to crash, each side waiting for the moment of weakness in their opponent, the silence greater than the roar of millions of words. Angel, with anguish, we do not fight out of hatred but out of love and justice. But why does despair still cling to us? Fallen angel, mocking. Love? That weakness cannot save those who have fallen. Only power decides everything. In the chaotic darkness, an angel kneels silently, hands folded in prayer with unwavering faith. Angel, praying softly, "O Lord, can light truly dispel all darkness? I pray for your guidance in this battle." And then, from deep within the heart, a gentle light appears, dulling the screams of hatred from the fallen angels. Fallen angel, furious, you are all blind. Love and forgiveness have no place in this war. Angel, determined, we will not let hatred dictate our fate. That is the vow we made before him. But every decision leaves a mark. The choice of love or hatred is the path we all must face. Fallen angel, with desperation, you will see your choice will only lead to destruction. Angel, quietly, or it may lead us home. So what about you, in your own battle? Will you choose love or hatred? The choice is in your hands. The second heaven is not a place of pure light, but a fiery arena where the tension between forces seems never-ending. Satan is not chained in eternal darkness. He appears, as dark as a storm, passing through worlds, sowing fear and doubt. People often ask, why does heaven tolerate such a being? Why not imprison him forever? The answer lies in a larger lesson we have yet to fully understand. Satan moves among souls like an invisible traveler, slipping through thoughts, trying to turn the faintest rays of hope into terrifying darkness. Every action of his is silent but sharp, like a dagger to the mind, creating unceasing battles within people. But he also has a weakness. He cannot create love. He cannot understand compassion. Those are lights he cannot reach. And so, the tension between darkness and light continues, a conflict not only in heaven, but in the very hearts of humans. Humans know of Satan's presence, but few dare to face him. Is it fear that guides them, or is it their choice? Many souls have fallen due to their weakness, but there are also those who have risen, fighting to hold onto their faith amid the chaos. He cannot be defeated by hatred or vengeance. Only the light of kindness can drive away his darkness. But this makes one wonder, do we have the strength to face the darkness within ourselves when the light is not always bright enough? Satan roams freely between realms, but he cannot escape his fate. One day, he will be cast out of the second heaven. That will be the moment when the balance between darkness and light is restored, and humanity's journey will enter a new chapter. But the question remains, are we ready to embrace it? Or are we still drowning in the fear of the unknown? His end is predestined. But what about us? How do we choose our path when there is no longer darkness to guide us? Will you be the one to choose the light, or will you let darkness lead you? That decision not only changes you but everyone around you. In the darkness of endless battles, there are those who still hold on to their faith. They do not fear but walk steadfastly through, for they know there is a better place waiting for them. Why do we endure this suffering? Because deep down, each person understands that there is a third heaven, where the light of God shines brighter than ever. The third heaven is not just the end, but the beginning of eternal life. Those who have given up everything to follow God will be welcomed into His loving arms. In that place, suffering will no longer exist. The tears shed on this earth will become shining jewels on the crown of patience and sacrifice. How many times have we asked, "Does God hear my prayers?" When we set foot in the third heaven, we will know that He has always listened, and that every painful moment was just a path to peace. Do you remember the feeling of seeing the first light of dawn after a long dark night? That is the moment we will experience when we enter the gate of the third heaven. Satan may be powerful, but he is stronger. The battle is not easy, but the reward is priceless. When we meet God, all questions, all doubts will disappear. Only admiration and reverence before His greatness will remain. There, the pains we have experienced on earth will seem small. Standing before His glory, everything will be healed. Imagine walking into a field of flowers where God's light shines everywhere, and you feel peace spreading through your body. It is not just a place of rest, but a place where our souls are reborn, revived in His everlasting love. You will reunite with your loved ones, and together we will live forever in joy and peace that never ends. But this journey is not for those who easily give up. It is for the resilient hearts, ready to face challenges with unshakable faith. When standing before the third heaven, you will ask yourself, was all the suffering on earth worth it? The answer is yes, because there, you will no longer feel lonely or lost. Now that you are here, will you dare to continue the journey, knowing that there are still many hardships ahead? Will you hold on to your faith and move toward the light of God? The final question for you is, when the gate to the third heaven opens, will you step through? In the misty fog, the face of a traveler emerges full of doubt. The faint light from the torch urges him to go deeper, but every step is filled with anxiety. Will he dare to face the grim truths awaiting at the end of the path, or will the darkness consume his faith? And you, the one watching this journey from afar, are you ready to step through the threshold you've never known? The door of choice has opened. Think carefully. Is the truth worth giving up all your old beliefs to accept? If you want to dive deeper into the mysteries of the three heavens, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Let's continue exploring the truth about heaven and the revelations of the Bible together.